I have done enough. I've done all the techniques, I've visualized, I've affirmed, I've written down my desire, I'm very clear about what I want, but the opposite of what I asked for starts happening. What do I do? Let's unpack it together. My name is Nitish Gyanchandani. I'm a mindset coach, and I help you get from where you are to that next level you by shifting your mindset, because your mindset creates your reality. Let's get to it. So today we're going to unpack some few things, including why is it that after you've actually applied certain techniques, exactly the opposite of what you asked for happens. Does that mean that you're not a good manifester, or somehow destiny is working against you, or you're doing the technique wrong? What is going on? Let's unpack it together. So, first of all, you need to understand the core of creation. What happens when you're actually manifesting? In the higher realm, in the spiritual realm, there is no such a thing as time and space. Time space only exists in 3D reality, 3-dimension. The 3D reality is lower density dimension. The spiritual realm is a higher density vibration. In the spiritual realm, when you ask for something, it already exists. Imagine all of these possibilities that can happen in your life already existing at the same moment, at this exact time. It's all there, surrounding you. And when you choose a particular desire, something that you're looking to manifest, you zone in on that particular circumstance and state, and you zone out on the rest, and that is what is quote-unquote manifested in your 3D reality. And it all depends on your state. So at this point of time, what state you are operating in is what you zone out in the higher vibration and what is currently being manifested in your life. So when you ask for something, it is immediately given. You immediately have it. It's there. All the other possibilities are zoned out. Like if you want to make it better, like for example, you have a magnifying glass. You put that magnifying glass on a specific desire and you blur out the rest. That is what is currently being manifested in your life right now. So if your state is already that I already have what I want, but your 3D reality doesn't reflect that, in fact, it's showing the opposite of what you asked for. What does that mean? Where is it going wrong? Does that mean that you did the technique wrong? Does that mean that you are somehow not favored by the universe and your destiny is just so bad that the whole world can manifest but you? Or is there something that is happening that you're not aware of? So first of all, let's talk about the techniques. Techniques are just there to help you get into the end result. Techniques are just there to help you get into the state of the end. Technique is just there to position you from where you are to where you want to be. That's it. If you'd like to know more about the positioning strategy, the 3-step process that you can use to manifest anything it is that you desire, I'm going to share a link up there and you can click and study it further. But again, does that mean that your technique is wrong? Absolutely not. You may have already done the technique correctly, and sometimes your 3D reality may reflect the opposite of what you're asking for at this present moment. It doesn't mean that you did the technique wrong, right? As long as you are in the end result, it doesn't matter what technique you operate from, you will still get what you want. So it's not the techniques. Second possibility, are you not favored by the universe, or is your destiny that bad that you are not able to manifest consciously what you asked for? Not that as well. You see how silly that sounds? That 99.9% of the whole universe is deserving of all the good things that life has to offer, but you. It doesn't make sense, right? So what exactly is going on? Let's go back to the higher dimension and your 3D reality. In the higher dimension, all you ask for is given right there and then. All possibilities already exist. And when you choose a state, you zone in on that state and you zone out on the other states. But in the 3D reality, there is such a thing as time and space. That means even though you already are in your end desired state, it will require time and space for you to get to what you want. It doesn't mean that when you want to manifest having a pet giraffe, the pet giraffe will just fall down from the sky. It has to actually happen in accordance with the laws of nature, in the easiest, fastest, and most harmonious way, but it still has to follow laws of nature. If you want to manifest a pet giraffe, you have to, first of all, make an inquiry to the zoo, and then they will see if there's a pet giraffe, and some way or the other, a pet giraffe that was supposed to be purchased by other people, the purchase will be cancelled, and that person will, the zoo will tell you that, hey, you know what, the giraffe is available. Why am I mentioning pet giraffe? Because last night I was watching The Hangover. Giraffe is not a pet, but you get what I'm saying, right? If you want to manifest money, that money will come from other people's pocket. You may have to sell something in exchange with that, or you may have to work in exchange with that, or you might even receive unexpected money from somewhere. But it has to come from somewhere. That money has to first be printed first. It has to first move around first into someone's pocket. And it so happens that the money in that person's pocket will have to reach your pocket in exchange for something, or in exchange for nothing. But something has to happen according to the laws of nature. So when exactly the opposite of what you ask for happens, although you already are in the end state, what is happening is what is called as the bridge of incidence. Now, this is a very important understanding that you need to know when you're trying to manifest consciously. This is the reason 99% of the people who first learned about manifesting consciously fail to manifest what they want, and they start going back to that old notion that it's destiny or it's just fate, because they don't understand the bridge of incidence. When you manifest something, when you make an intention, something is what you want, you're clear on that, you move into the state of the end result, and you shed your old self, or you apply the positioning strategy, you position yourself into the new state, and you forget your old self. Now the universe will move to manifest what you ask for, so that you can get what you want in the easiest, fastest, most harmonious way. Now, as long as you stay in the end result, even though it doesn't seem like things are moving in your favor, they are. You just do not know that, quote unquote, the things that are unfavored are actually moving you to what you want. That is what is called as the bridge of incidence. Things will have to happen so that you in the 3D reality moves in time and space to where you want. I'm going to be giving you some few examples after this as to how I've applied and how I understood it and how I actually used it to my advantage, so that when things doesn't go my way in the beginning, I'm actually staying in the end result and I'm able to manifest anything it is that I want. So the bridge of incident will have to happen so that it gets you to where you want, easier, faster, and most harmonious way. Now, a lot of people usually make a mistake here. They either start micromanaging their manifestation, or they quit. They're like, you know what, forget about it. It doesn't work. When you micromanage your manifestation, you're operating from a state of fear. Does that mean that you can't micromanage it? You can, as long as you operate from a state of faith. But when you micromanage from a position of fear, just because you don't know and don't understand where your manifestation is coming from, you're operating from a state of fear. And when you operate from a state of fear, you have to get more things that you're afraid of instead of what you originally wanted. That is why I don't recommend micromanaging your manifestation, and just surrender to the end result, knowing that it's being created for you. Or people quit. What does quitting even mean? You cannot quit manifesting. You manifest all the time. Quitting means they're like, okay, things are not happening consciously. That means I'm just going to surrender to fate. Surrendering to fate means they're not using their imagination faculty consciously, and they're just looking at their 3D reality and reacting based on that. That's what quitting really means. Both of them are not favorable condition at all. Just because after affirming, after visualizing, and they've done it correctly, they fail to stay in the end just because in the beginning things doesn't seem to go their way. Now I'm going to give you one example of how I have manifested when things seem to be going against me 100%. And that was the best thing, my friend, that has ever happened to me in my life. So there was this one point of time when I was 18 years old is when I first learned about the law of attraction in the book The Secret. If you have watched my free webinar, then you may have know that story. So there was this one point of time where I wanted to become a public speaker and I wanted to speak internationally. And I won, like I was a Toastmaster. I won for my club and I was going to represent my country in another country. And there was about 500 people from 4 countries that was going to watch me. Unfortunately, at that point of time, I didn't yet have a passport. Imagine, I was going to fly out of town. I didn't yet have a passport. Up until 2 days, I tried my best. Things doesn't seem to go my way. They said it's not possible. It's going to take too long. You have to pay a lot of money, or you are basically, in short, they are telling me that I am not going to be able to make it to that country. So this is what I learned. You gotta stay in the end result. I did not try to micromanage my manifestation. Instead, I stayed in the end that I was already in that country. I was speaking to that people and I won the trophy because it was a competition. That was what I visualized, and I stay in the end. So I was supposed to fly on Friday. Friday morning, I went back to the immigration office. And I told them, hey, you know what? Please get it done. I've got a letter from the committee saying that I needed to be in the country. Miraculously, few hours before I was supposed to fly to that country, my passport came out. Miraculously. Now, this is not even the best part. So why did that happen? Why do I have to go through that period of hassle in order to just get my passport? If all I had to do was just fly eventually, right? So I immediately booked a flight. This is where the best thing happened. I booked a flight. I could not get direct flight, so I had to fly to another city and take a bus from that city to that country. So I was there. It was an impromptu speech contest. And I only know the topic of the speech once I'm already on stage, right? So when I was given the topic was, if you want to serve others, master yourself first. That was the topic of my speech. So I shared the story of how I was getting troubled going into the country, but I stayed persistent and I had faith. When I had faith, that means I'm able to master myself. And today I'm here in front of all of you, sharing with you my story and giving you the message that if you want to serve others, because we are all servant leaders here, if you want to serve others, you got to first master yourself. You got to first have faith. You got to think positive. You got to believe in the possibility and goodness of people. And you believe it or not, that speech actually won me first place in that country. So I had to go through what I went through. I had to go through that hassle, that trouble, that journey, so that I can have a material for my speech. And that material was what won me first place and got me to speak in front of at least 500 people in front of 4 countries. And I was 18 at that time. So trust the bridge of incident. When you manifest something and you live in the end, the universe is moving things in order to get you what you want. The thing is, the universe, energy, whatever you want to call it, higher vibration, knows better than you how to get you to what you want, easier, faster, and in the most harmonious way possible. It knows. You don't. Your logical mind will try to tell you, this is the best way, this is the best way, this is the best way. No, you don't. You don't even know what your blind spots are. But the creator of worlds, that is there on your side, the universe, God, higher self, whatever you want to call it, it knows how to get you to where you want easier, faster, and in the most harmonious way possible. And they have to do it through bridge of incidents. So when things don't seem to go your way, even after applying the techniques correctly and already living in the end, know and trust that the bridge of incident is working in your favor. Go with it, stay in the end, and let it take you to where you want to go. I really hope you like this content and I hope you find this helpful. Go to my channel and watch my videos. Please hit the like button. Comment where you're from so that I can know who I'm communicating with. And if you have any questions, please hit the comment section and share what questions you have so that I can make more contents about it. Hit the subscribe button and share it with others so they too can be inspired and learn how to manifest consciously. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, there is a link below this video that you can click for you to get into a free discovery call with me. See if we are fit to work with each other and see if I can help you in your manifesting journey. Always remember, your mindset creates your reality.